Do I look like somebody who the authorities are going to be chasing after, hunting down because they need me? They need me to grab an assault weapon and...
Because our lives are glorious, beautiful, and worthy.
Like, you do not want me in the damn war. Because I'm not gonna do regular soldier things. Like, I'm just not. I'm too philosophical. You tell me to go invade something, I'm just walk the other direction and go take photos of something or something.
Okay, this video has gone viral for a number of reasons. Gen Z are saying they are not willing to be drafted. And some people are getting really upset at this individual. I'll tell you what, I'm actually not upset. I'm actually thankful for the honesty of this person, because irrespective of the way you feel about the individual, they're telling you something that is true, and we should actually look at this and want to look deeper into the very things that are creating young men of this sort. And I have to say, man, our society is creating broken men, wretched men, weak men, you name it. I don't think that's a good thing. And I think this video is reflective of that fact. So let's get to the thing. I'm going to let you watch it, and I'll share some thoughts and perspective at the end.
Gen Z is going to get drafted. Why is everybody saying Gen Z is going to get drafted? Like, no, the f we're not. And you know why I know that? Because we're just going to say no. Like, how are they going to actually force us to get up and go to war? I understand it was like that in like the 1940s. What else is there to do in 1940 besides shoot people? We have things to do nowadays. We have twerk, be bisexual, eat hot chip, lie. And we're also like really mentally ill. I have like 6 of these. What makes you think I'm qualified to have a gun? Like within 600 feet of anybody, including myself. And finally, like, guns are like so tacky. Like, can you imagine just like pulling up with a gun? Like, that is so embarrassing. Like, what is this, the Revolutionary War? No, like, let's just chat, let's just talk. There's no need for all the like no. No, it's not gonna happen, don't worry.
All right, the internet is melting down over the content of this message, and I will tell you what, I am actually in agreement with this individual because they are being honest. Gen Z today, okay, they are not in a good place mentally. They are not very manly. We are feminizing our men. They are very confused. They are highly medicated. So what this person is saying is actually correct. I don't know how anybody's melting down, because do you want your soldier, do you want the man who is defending your country to go out looking very weak and unable to defend and lay down his life for the country, for the flag in which we live? I don't think you want that. So, I mean, there are a few more videos. This person also went on to add some common sense to it, responding to another claim. Let's take a listen as well.
Like, how are they going to actually force us to get up and go to war?
Oh, you'll just go to jail.
Okay, so 5 years of rent-free living, free food, and no responsibilities versus being immediately obliterated by an AK-47 the moment I set foot on that battlefield. And that's if they can catch me, because you think this draft occurs, I'm headed for the hills, baby. I know a place. It has everything I could possibly need except for electricity and cell service, which is going to be perfect because you won't be able to find me. Do I look like somebody who the authorities are going to be chasing after, hunting down because they need me? They need me to grab an assault weapon and go try to like save people's lives? Are you kidding me? Talk about a liability. Go find those people who are so like pro Second Amendment and wear like freaking American flag thongs and all that shit. Like, go find them. They have a concealed carry anyway. They know what they're doing. They've done the classes. Go find them. You don't want me fighting for this country. I promise you that. And you know it's true.
Like, how are they going to actually...
Guys, that's honesty. Now, somebody can feel however they want to feel about that. And I think we should pause and ask some serious questions. What in the world are we doing to our young men that they're beginning to talk like this, right? They are unable to stand for good values. What is happening? What's happening to our diet, what's happening to the social norm, what's happening in the social media world, what is going on TikTok, what is going on our TV screen. I don't know what is going on with the medication, big pharma. What's happening? It could be a plethora of things. Okay, so I think we should actually take a look at this and say, wait a minute, we have a problem. Now, the discussion about the drafting, I'm not sure how true that is. There is somewhat of a discussion about that now. I've heard it, especially Ukraine. Things don't look good for the Ukrainian people, and they're losing soldiers. They were drafting women, and they're saying there's a possibility we might need more men. And now with this other war that's going on with Israel and Hamas, something is looming, and there is China and Taiwan. So we don't know what could happen. We are on a crest of a world war. Jesus says there shall be wars and rumors of wars in the end times, and I think we are in the very heart of it. But I want to make this abundantly clear. This is not the soldiers you want to send to war. It's just not. They're not in the mindset to fight. And I think instead of criticizing, condemning them, I think we should actually ask the questions, what have we done to our men? What have we done to them? I mean, we call them toxic masculinity. We call them a bunch of evildoers. We call them perverts. We call them all kind of crazy names. And I think in the process of fixing some things that were wrong with men, which the fixing should be left to God to do. But again, society's been trying to fix men. I think we are creating not so much men, another version of men. I won't even call it women. It's, no wonder why they want to be like women, some of them, but unfortunately it's what our world has created. And I think we should be asking the questions like, how in the world did we get here that we cannot find young men in a Gen Z generation who are willing to die for their country? Now, this is not true in a sense that every young man think this way, but it's very concerning. It should be very concerning that our young men are very weak, okay? They're not willing to stand for the cause. They don't even know how to defend themselves. They are vulnerable, and their mental health is really, really bad. And some of these people we are breathing individuals in our society that cannot really do much in this country. So the United States, we got to ask ourselves some serious questions here. I mean, I get the fact we need to be free, be a voice of the intolerant, and just advocate for the minorities. I get that. But in that process, we are losing our men. I think in that process, we are creating something completely different than what I never intended. I mean, this is the extreme side of the problem here. Have you heard the statement that goes as follows? Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times. Friends, we are in trouble. We need to pray for our men. We need to pray for our young men. The Gen Z generation is the gayest generation, the most LGBTQIA plus generation. They are very woke. They are confused. And this is not something to play with. It's something you should pray against, pray for, that the grace of God will overshadow them, because this is not good. That's all I wanted to say about that. I'll see you in the next video. Share your thought and perspective with me. Have a good one. Bye.